I'm what you call a collector of bootleg Pokemon games. Pokemon Diamond and Jade, Chaos Black, etc. It's amazing the frequency in which you find them at pawn shops, Goodwill, flea markets, and such. They're genuinely fun, even if they are unplayable, which they often are. The mistranslations and poor quality make them unintentionally humorous. I've been able to find most of the ones I've played online, but there's one that I haven't seen any mention of. I bought it at a flea market about 5 years ago. Here's a picture of the cartridge in case anyone recognizes it. Unfortunately, when I moved 2 years ago, I lost the game, so I can't provide you with any screen caps. Sorry. The game started with the familiar Nidorino and Gengar intro of Red and Blue version. However, the press start screen had been altered. Red was there, but the Pokemon did not cycle through. It also said Black version under the Pokemon logo. Under selecting New Game, the game started the Professor Oak speech. It quickly became evident that the game was essentially Pokemon Red version. After selecting your starter, if you looked at your Pokemon, you had an addition to Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. Another Pokemon, Ghost. The Pokemon was level 1. It had the sprite of the ghosts that are encountered in Lavender Town after obtaining the Swift Scope. It had one attack, Curse. I know there was a real move named Curse, but that attack did not exist in Generation 1, so it appears it was hacked in. Defending Pokemon were unable to attack Ghost. It would only say that they were too scared to move. When the move Curse was used in battle, the screen would cut to black. The cry of the defending Pokemon would be heard, but it was distorted, played at a much lower pitch than normal. The battle screen would then reappear, and the defending Pokemon would be gone. If used against the trainer, when the Pokeballs representing their Pokemon would appear in the corner, they would have one fewer Pokeball. The implication was that the Pokemon died. What seemed stranger is that after defeating the trainer and seeing Red receive $200 for winning, the battle command to appear again. If you selected Run, the battle would end as it normally does. You could also select Curse. If you did, upon returning to the overworld, the trainer sprite would be gone. After leaving and re-entering the area, the spot where the trainer had been would be replaced with a tombstone, like the ones in Lavender Town. The move Curse was not usable in all instances. It would fail against Ghost Pokemon. It would also fail if it was used against trainers you'd have to face again, such as Giraffe or Giovanni. It was usable in your final battle against them, however. I figured this was the gimmick of the game, allowing you to use the previously uncapturable ghosts, and believe Curse made the game so easily. I essentially used it throughout the whole adventure. The game changed quite a bit after defeating the Elite Four. After viewing the Hall of Fame, which considered a Pokemon Go, which consisted of ghosts and a couple Pokemon I used for HMs. The screen cut to black, with a box appeared with the words, "Many years later." It then cut to Laughter Town. An old man was standing, looking at tombstones. You then realize this man was your character. The man moved at only half the normal walking speed. You no longer had any Pokemon with you, not even Ghost, who up to this point had been impossible to remove from your body, though depositing it in the PC. The overworld was entirely empty. There were no people at all. There was still a tombstone that the trainers used to use Ghost on, however. You could pretty much go anywhere in the world at this point, though your movement wasn't limited by the fact that you had no Pokemon to use HMs. And regardless of where you went, the music of Lavender Town continued on an infinite loop. After wandering for a while, I found that if you go through Diglin's cave, one of the cuttable bushes that normally blocks the path on the other side is no longer there, allowing you to advance and return to Peloton. Upon entering your house and going to the exact tile where you start the game, the screen cut to black. Then, a sprite of a Caterpie appeared. It was then replaced by a Weedle, then a Pidgey. And I soon realized, as the Pokemon progressed from Rattata to Blastoise, that these were all the Pokemon that I used Cursed on. After the end of my rival's team, a youngster appeared, then a bug catcher. These were the trainers I used Cursed. Throughout the sequence, the Lavender Town music was playing, but it was slowly decreasing in pitch. By the time your rival appeared on screen, it was little more than a demonic rumble. Another cut to black. A few moments later, the battle screen suddenly appeared. Your trainer was now that of an old man, the same one as the one who teaches you how to catch Pokemon in Viridian City. Ghost appears on the other side, along with the words, "Ghost wants to fight." You couldn't use any items. You had no Pokemon. If you tried to run, you couldn't escape. The only option was fight. Using fight would immediately cause you to use struggle, which didn't affect Ghosts, but did chip off a bit of your own HP. When it was Ghost's turn to attack, he would simply say, "Dut, dut, dut." Eventually, when your HP reached a critical point, Ghost would finally use Curse. The screen cut to black a final time. Regardless of the buttons you pressed, you were permanently stuck on this black screen. At this point, the only thing you could do was turn off the Game Boy. When you played again, New Game was the only option. The game had erased the file. I played through this hacked-in game many times, and every time the game ended with this sequence. Several times I didn't use Ghost at all, though it was impossible to remove from the party. In these cases, it did not show any Pokemon or trainer, and simply cut to the climactic battle with Ghost. I'm not sure what the motives were behind the creator of this hack. It wasn't widely distributed, so it was presumably not for monetary gain. It was very well done for a bootleg. It seems he was trying to convey a message, though it seems I'm the sole receiver of this message. I'm not entirely sure what it was. The inevitability of death, the pointlessness of it. Perhaps he was simply trying to morbidly inject death and darkness into a children's games. Regardless, the children's game has made me think, and it has made me cry.